guys, it's Zoe. So today I'm going to be talking about 5 book series that I haven't finished for whatever reason that I really need to get around to finishing. But before we get into that, the language from the last video was German, which I think all of you guessed correctly. The language for today is Bonjour, aujourd'hui et dimanche. That one I'm reasonably confident I said quite well too. I'm sorry to a lot of my family if I didn't say that one properly, but it's a work in progress. Before I get started though, today is Kurt's birthday. I'm filming on Sunday. It's his 24th birthday, so if you guys could leave a happy birthday down in the comments, that would be fantastic. If this is my first video that you're watching and you don't know who Kurt is, he is my fiance. It still blows my mind that I can call him that. I mean, I've been calling him my husband for the last year, but he's actually my fiance now, and that is the absolute coolest thing. I'm gonna start talking about the books now, so let's just get right into it. The first series that I haven't finished, that I need to finish, is Pretty Little Liars by Allison... No, why am I saying Allison? That's not it. Pretty Little Liars by Sarah Shepard. I have the first 8... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9! I can count! I have the first 9 books. The reason I never finished this one is because... I'm gonna put this down, it's getting heavy. The series ended with this book for me. It wrapped up perfectly. I was 100% happy with it, and then a bunch more books came out. I got one, and then I just never really got back into it, but I want to finish it just so I can see if it was really worth all of the other books, or if it was just because it was doing so well and they could capitalize on it. Like I said, I have 9 of the books, and there are 18 in total. I think there's 16 main books and then a couple like prequel things that are tossed in there, but I do have 9, so I'm halfway there. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a book. I'm gonna stop now. For those of you who don't know what Pretty Little Liars is about, it follows 4 girls who start getting notes from somebody named A, and it's basically threatening their lives. So they're scared poopless, and they are trying to figure out who this person is that is threatening their lives. These 4 girls were friends when they were younger, and then one of their friends disappeared. She's presumed dead, and now they're not friends anymore, and it takes a possible murderer to bring them back together, as happens in everyday life. I personally enjoyed all of the twists and turns. Like I said though, the series did finish for me, but I am just very curious to see where it's gonna go in the last 9 books. The next series I have is one that finished for me as well, but this one was after the first 3 books, and then 3 more came out. I was not really planning on finishing this series, but like with the last one, I'm curious to see if it's really necessary, these last 3 books, and that series is The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. I thought this wrapped up perfectly, and then a couple years later, I can't remember how long it was, another book came out, and I was like, what in the name of sweet baby Jesus are we doing here? This is done, but apparently not. And I kind of want to read her other series, so I just want to get the full picture of what the hell's going on in this series. I can hold these ones because it's less heavy than 9 books, but this one on the bottom is kind of a big thing. There are 6 books total in the Mortal Instruments series. As you can see here, I only have 3. I need the other 3. This is actually quite nice. The last one I had half of them, this one I have half of them. The other ones don't work out like that, but we're starting off strong. This series follows a girl named Clary who finds out that she is a shadow hunter, which means she has the ability to see and kill demons and rid the earth of their presence. I'm all for that because demons are not nice. Bad people. Are they people? I don't really know. But they're not nice. We need more shadow hunters, which is probably a good reason to finish the series and see if it actually ends up ridding the world of demons. I highly doubt it though, because pretty sure there's one running the United States of America right now, but that's a topic for another day. I really like this series. When I first read it, I think I've read the whole series 2 or 3 times now. I do want to finish, I'm gonna switch hands because that's awkward, just to see if the last 3 books really live up to the first 3 books in my own personal opinion. I hope they do, because I've heard a lot of great things, but I've also heard a lot of things about it, so we'll see. I'll get to it probably sometime this year. Probably not. We'll see how she goes. The next series is one that I have read only the first one, and the last one recently came out, I think, and that is Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. I don't really remember much about this book. I remember really enjoying it and wanting to get to the next one, but then for some reason I just didn't end up getting the next one for quite a bit, and here we are now. wanting to finish the series. I also really liked her other one, A Book of Spirits and Thieves. That's another series that I need to finish, but we're not going to talk about that one. We're just going to talk about this one. This series follows 3 characters, a princess from one country named Cleo, a prince from another country named Magnus, and a rebellious person who is not royalty from a third country named Jonas. The princess Cleo from the first country witnesses a shocking murder. It's the first time she's ever seen violence because she is a pampered, privileged little princess. This murder that she witnesses sends her kingdom on a horrible downward spiral that could potentially lead to its collapse. The guy from the second country, Magnus, the prince, is trying to win his father's trust, and while he's doing this, his sister finds something out about her heritage that is not so good. There is a big secret about her that was hidden for God knows what reason, but it's all coming out now. The third character, Jonas, the only non-royal of these main characters, somehow finds himself the leader of a rebellion. While all of these shenanigans are happening in these 3 countries, a type of magic called Elementia, possibly Elementia. I prefer Elementia, so we're gonna go with that. That's on the rise, and it can topple all of the kingdoms in one go. So are their problems really that significant if you got some crap like that going on? I don't really remember. So I'm gonna need to read the rest of the series to figure out what's going on. This next series has one of my favorite things in the entire world, dragons. I love me some dragons. This series is Talon by Julie Kagawa. These dragons are special though. They're special little snowflake dragons. They turn into humans, and that's all I really need to know. We have shape-shifting dragon human things. I don't know. I just remember it ended in a huge plot twist, and I was so eager to get to the next one, and I never did. Whoops. So here we are. I've also read the first 2 books in the Iron King series by Julie Kagawa, another one that I need to finish, but I kind of liked this one better. The other one is sort of a retelling of A Midsummer Night's Dream, but dragons. Dragons are always better. Are they though? Are they really? I'm having a serious moral dilemma, but I did like this series better, which is why I'm going to talk about this one more than the other one. In this lovely little world, there was a group known as the Order of St. George who were dragon killers and hunters. Think the last Namsara. They don't want the dragons. The dragons were hunted to near extinction, and now they are hiding among us in their human forms. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure Miranda Priestley was a dragon in human form. Also, the woman that did my driving test when I was 17, 18 maybe. Pretty sure she was a dragon in human form too. Anyways, on the dragon side of things, there is a sibling duo named Ember and Dante, and they are the only brother and sister known to all of dragonkind. So they are the most special little snowflakes out there. They have a little bit of a differing opinion. Ember just wants to live a regular teenage life. She wants to go to the beach and hang out with her friends, and her brother Dante is like, nah man, that's not cool. We have things to do. There's something a little sketchy going on with the leaders of the dragons, and Ember begins to question everything she was taught and everything she thought she knew when a rogue dragon comes into play. And keep in mind too, they are still actively being hunted by the Order of St. George. One person in particular, a soldier named Garrett Xavier Sebastian. That's a mouthful of a name. But his name is Garrett Xavier Sebastian. We're just gonna go with Garrett, make things nice and simple. He's trained to hunt and kill all of the dragons, especially new recruits from the group called Talon, the ones that are kinda sketchy. I don't remember why, but I remember them being sketchy. But he's not supposed to kill a dragon until he's absolutely certain that that human is a dragon. And Ember is kind of throwing him off because he's like, is she? Is she not? She's kind of brave. I don't think a dragon would do that, but I think she's kind of hot. He's a little confused. Naturally, teenage boys, they get a little confused. They got a lot of hormones going on. They're thinking with the head below the waist a little bit. They need to think with this one. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. The synopsis literally says, all too human desires. So we know what they want to get up to. And it's a little confusing when he's supposed to kill the person, but he kind of wants to do the horizontal mambo with the person. You know what I mean here? All of these things come to a head at the end of the book in the plot twist, like I said before, and I really want to reread this one and read the next one to see if it's as good as I remember. Also because I just need more dragons in my life. Can you blame me? I love dragons. As you can see, I only own the first book in this series. There are 6 in total. I think the 6th one, though, is coming out April 24th of this year, possibly. The last book is yet another one where I've read just the first one and I need to finish the series, and that series is The Books of Pelanore by Alison Croghan. Rogan? I like Croghan. I read this one a couple years ago, 2016 maybe? I think it was 2016, and this really reminded me of The Lord of the Rings. If you haven't heard yet, The Lord of the Rings is one of my absolute all-time favorite stories, and anything that reminds me of it is fantastic in my books. This series has 4 main books and 2 prequels, but I only own the first one. I kind of want to find all of the covers in this one because there was a cover change, but I like the continuity. If I really like this series though, I will probably get both versions just because I like to collect different covers. This series follows a girl named Myrad, who we first meet as a slave in a place called Gilman's Cot. She ends up escaping with the help of a guy named Cadvin, who is a legendary bard of Lyrigon. She doesn't know that she possesses a powerful gift which marks her as one of the school of Pelanore because she's lived in slavery most of her life. Her mom, her brother, and her father were all killed when she was maybe 2, something like that. This guy Cadvin that comes and helps her leads her through her journey to discover her destiny of a sort. They have to trek across the entire land from Gilman's Cot, which is like up here, to a school down here somewhere. I don't really remember. Let's check the map. From here down to like here. It's a lot when you're just walking. Really Lord of the Rings vibey, which is fantastic. Naturally, there are dark forces that are trying to foil their journey across the land. This first book focuses mostly on her discovering her gifts that she didn't know she had. I don't remember much about how it ends, but I really enjoyed this one. Yet another one where I just, for some reason, didn't get the second one right away, and here we are. It's probably 2 years later, and I haven't finished the series yet. This is definitely high on my priority list because it is epic fantasy, and I have been on such an epic fantasy and high fantasy kick lately that is all I want to read, which really probably contributed to the massive headache I've had for the past week. Do I care? Not really. So those were 5 series that I need to finish in the near future. I have a ton more that I haven't finished because I've just been slacking and I need to get around to it, but I wanted to keep this video relatively short, so I went with just 5 that I am really looking forward to finishing. I think that's all I really had to say for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. To stay updated with my current reads and how I'm feeling about them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads, all at You're a Book Nerd Zoe, and I will link those down below for you. I hope you all have a wonderful day and get at least a little bit of uninterrupted reading time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!